grade set off for A squad's first round. Thank you. Good luck.
Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to BowlTV. My name is Matt Cannizzaro, and I'm here at Samstown Bowling Center for today's qualifying action here at the USBC Senior Masters. It is day one, so fresh slate for more than 270 competitors here at the Samstown Bowling Center in Las Vegas. We'll have our field split across 3 squads, A, B, and C. They'll each bowl 15 games of qualifying over these 3 days, 5 games each day. And the lanes will be oiled once per day, so a little bit of a unique challenge there for our senior competitors. Right now we're bowling on the fresh, as they say. If you want to check out the oil pattern for this year's event, visit bowl.com/Senior Masters, and the oil pattern is there. Pull that up right now. It is 41 feet, 29 mils, so a little bit heavier on the oil than we saw last week at the Super Senior Classic. That pattern also 41 feet, but 26 mils. So haven't looked to compare exactly the shape of the 2 patterns. But we'll see in the scoring pace perhaps how those extra mils are going to change things. Of course, traffic pattern going to be a little bit different as well. Perhaps the rev rate also. So looking forward to another great challenge here at the Samstown Bowling Center. We've got 4 players on just about every pair here. This 56 lane bowling center. We've got live scoring available as well if you want to follow your players across the house. You can find that on the results page. And that should be live here on bowl.com if not already. Check that out. Live scoring. Terrific center here at Samstown. Great staff, Tom and company. Great hosts, again, for the 3rd consecutive year now for both the Super Senior Classic and the Senior Masters. Looking forward to being back here in 2019, I believe. A great string of events for our over 50 competitors. We started things off in Brentwood, California for the PBA 50 event. That event won by Ron Moore, who then scooted across state lines and got to Las Vegas just a few hours before it was time to start qualifying at the Super Senior Classic, where he bowled very well, made a run at a 2nd consecutive title. Came up a little bit short this year, though. The winner, Mike Diaz, first-time participant, 61 years old, the left-hander, USBC Gold Coach. So a nice start to the trip for him here at Samstown. $8,500 and a sweet trophy, and a little extra confidence coming in to the Senior Masters now. And the runner-up at the Super Senior Classic, another first-timer, the youngster, 60-year-old Mark Williams from Beaumont, Texas. Mark also will be bowling this week here. He picked up $7 grand for his runner-up finish, and again, great confidence boost here at Samstown. So, looking forward to some more excitement here at the Senior Masters. Our defending champion, Walter Ray Williams Jr. We also have 2-time winners Pete Weber, who's bowling on this squad, so we'll probably see him come through at some point, and Dale Traber is around here this year too. Will we see our first 3-time winner? Or perhaps somebody stepping up for the first time. Very talented field. And each year, we see more and more of our top and our favorite PBA players hit that 50 mark. Come out and join us here on the big stage, the premier event for USBC members age 50 and older. It's happening right now. One lady in the field this week as well, Tiss Johnson. We've already got one vote in the chat room. Walter Ray Williams Jr. for the repeat, and that would make him the first 3-time winner. Also, Walter Ray, the only bowler in history to win both the Masters and the Senior Masters on 2 occasions. Dave Sutar has won both events, but only once each. Walter Ray, pretty much every time he wins an event, he's making a little bit of history, but we will see. Very tough format here, and as we've seen in recent years, Parker Bone has been dominant in qualifying here at Samstown, record-setting even. And then at that point, it's all about who you match up against in double elimination match play bracket. I want to say last year it was Parker and Brian Voss faced off in the first round. Don't quote me on that. Certainly good to check the past results here on bowl.com before saying too much more, and I'm going to do that because I don't like to lie to you folks. And that is a fact. So Brian Voss qualified number 64 last year, and they came out with 774 against Parker, who actually shot 703. But that just goes to show the nature of this event and the format. No matter how dominant you are along the way, it's like 2 tournaments in one. Number 1 goal is to make match play, be one of the 63 players who joins the defending champ, and then it's just you and your opponent, 1 pair of lanes, and the pins. Doesn't matter what the rest of the field is doing. And as Parker saw, Brian Voss saved his best. For that opening match, Voss then lost to Mika Koivuniemi. With a 692 set, Mika had 702. It bounced Voss then to the contenders bracket, or the elimination bracket as we call it now. Parker then battled back. It's a long road through that elimination bracket, especially with the first round loss, but Parker then shoots 765, 784 before falling the next round with 729 against the fellow left-hander Doug Becker, who shot 741. So a high-scoring event, but for the most part, Parker scores probably would have beat anybody else in the place most rounds. But that's what keeps this event exciting, and for many folks, if they're able to sneak into that bracket, it's like new life. So that is the rundown. We appreciate everybody being here. If you're just dropping in, my name is Matt Canizaro. I will be here wire to wire for the Senior Masters. 3 squads over the next 3 days, A, B, and C. So we'll get a chance to see many of our 270 plus competitors, 4 in a pair, so should be quick but not too quick. Here on our featured pairs, 19 and 20, 21 and 22. We got a deadwood on 20. So our manager Tom's going to go take care of that the old-fashioned way. Throw a ball in the gutter. Gives us a chance to meet our competitors here in game number 1. Chip Holiday up on lane 19 right now. Steve Glasgow. Mike Schmid and Georgia Bood are 4 on 19 and 20. Over on 21 and 22, Jim Gordon Lennart Nyman, Mike Karch. Our final player is Alan Anderson Jr. So throughout qualifying, we're going to see some familiar faces and then some newcomers or folks who are not as familiar to us, but just like any of us, before anybody knew us, nobody knew us. So there's some sage advice here at 8:08 a.m. Las Vegas time. Complete schedule for the week also available at bowl.com/Senior Masters. Next 3 days, pretty simple. We'll have squads locally, 8, 12, and 4. That's 11, 3, and 7 p.m. Today will be ABC, tomorrow BCA, and on Thursday, CAB. We'll have the opportunity, as do you, to scroll through the live scoring to see what's happening across the house. Looks like we're using lanes 7 to 52 on this squad. This will help see if anybody's making a run at 300. I know people like 300s, so we'll do our best, by we I mean me, to capture any of those highlights for you and share that on the official USBC Facebook page. Check it out, Sport of Bowling USBC. All the great news and notes throughout the event. We'll have a daily recap for you too. That'll be posted on bowl.com and shared on our Facebook page. You also can find us on Twitter at USBC. Same deal. Highlights, recaps, news and notes from around the event and behind the scenes. If you have any questions, feel free to drop those in the chat room. Got a vote for Walter Ray and one for Tish. Shout out to Brandy Silva tuning in from the USBC Open Championships out in Syracuse, New York. Still about a month of competition left there. If you haven't made it, get on the sub board. Come out and see us in New York. I'll be headed back that way in about 1 week after we wrap up here in Las Vegas. We'll finish things out in the Salt City. Having a great run. 107 days of Open Championships competition. Next year, the OC comes to Las Vegas. So, if you're 49 years old and getting ready to come out, should be a fun West Coast swing. You can hit that Brentwood stop on the PBA 50 Tour. And if you're old enough, the Super Senior Classic, follow that up with the Senior Masters. And immediately after, actually coming up next week, the Senior US Open taking place at Suncoast. And then if it's 2019, all of those events happen once again. Follow that with the trip to the Open Championships and Bowlers Journal Championships, scheduled to take place at the South Point Bowling Plaza and South Point Bowling Center in 2019. So Las Vegas again will be the bowling capital of the world in 2019. Toss in the USBC Masters and a variety of other events, and this will be the place to be. So get your timeshares and your Airbnbs, whatever you need to do. Come join us in Las Vegas in 2019. If you're nearby right now, come watch in person. Best USBC members age 50 and older doing work here at Sam's Town Bowling Center all week long. Finals coming up on June 10th. And that will be at 10 a.m. local time, 1 p.m. on the East Coast. And we'll have all that for you live here on BowlTV. So you've got scoreboards, you've got live scoring, you've got bowling. That's about all I can tell you right now. I'll try to get you some standings after each game here at Sam's Town. That also will be available on bowl.com. Damon Tracco, Greg Moore, Chip Akey, Robert Akey, they'll be dropping those scores as they get verified and input. So keep an eye on that each game, each round. Just rolling through halfway past our opening game here at the 2018 USBC Senior Masters. Again, if you're just stopping by, my name is Matt Canizaro. We'll be here wire to wire for the Senior Masters. We will see competitors of all skill levels over the next 3 days in qualifying. Then we'll cut the field down to the top 63 plus defending champion Walter Ray Williams Jr. Exciting double elimination match play bracket. Shot there by Mike Karts, who said his live stream average here at the Senior Masters maybe not as high as he would like, so see if we can't close strong here in our opening game. Got a sleeper pick here at the 2018 event. Steve Smith, former Team USA member. Pretty sure nobody in the building will believe he's 50 years old, but he is here competing over on 15 and 16 right now. Another very motivated player at the Senior Masters, Michael Haugen Jr., top competitor on the PBA 50 Tour. Came up a little bit short here last year. No doubt looking to improve. Haugen down on 25 and 26, spare 7-bagger to start the action here in 2018. Krister Peterson down on 33 and 34. Also off to a hot start, spare 7-bagger. Now I'm scrolling through the live scoring. You can do the same. Just go to the results page on bowl.com. Find that live scoring link. All right, looks like we'll be without a perfect game here in the opener. Some pretty good scores across the house, and here in our featured pair, Chip Holliday is going to be in the 230s. 238. We're going to strike on the fill here. To Glasgow 203. Mike Schmidt has more than 50 years in at the USBC Open Championships. He can get to 202. Holiday finishes with 236. Georgia Boot can get to 224. So pins falling nicely here on 19 and 20. Over on 21 and 22. Mr. Alan Anderson Jr. looking for his first strike here in game one. If it comes here on the fill, it'll be a 114 start. All right, looking at the tournament rules, I saw a question in the chat room about an average requirement to bowl in this event, and I'll just read the eligibility straight out of the rules. All participants must be current USBC members. All participants must have reached their 50th birthday on or before the first day of competition. And of course, if membership can't be verified, you can pay that on site. All participants give permission to use their photographs for publicity, etc., etc. Bowl.com, BowlTV. And any PBA or PWBA members must be in good standing with those organizations. So it appears no average requirements at all here at the Senior Masters. It's a matter of meeting the entry deadline. That, of course, is the important part. Gonna wrap things up here in game number 1. Jim Gordon, left-hander, finishes with 214. Mike Karch gonna get up. Still can get to 238 and raise his live stream average. If you took the over, you are a winner. I'm not going to tell you what he set the number at, but let's just say he's already there. And then on lane 21, we'll get the spare respotted, and Nyman will wrap things up. So we'll take a look. See what Karch can do in the 10th frame here. We'll have game 2 of the 2018 USBC Senior Masters coming up here in just one moment, folks. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Matt Cannizzaro. Again, that's game 2 of 15 for the day coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Mike Karch, one more for the record books. There you go. 238 max score for him with 2 more here in the 10th. We'll be right back with game number 2. Thanks for being here.
different ball since we got a minute.
All right, folks, here we are getting settled in for game number 2 here at the 2018 USBC Senior Masters qualifying. Day number 1. So all these gentlemen relatively fresh. Today they are bowling on that fresh 41-foot oil pattern. And then they'll be back throughout the week to handle the burn and the double burn. So oiling once per day here at the Senior Masters, hence the little heavier volume, 29 mils. got a hold up. True test of versatility, also using Kegel ice oil, which is pretty viscous and durable. And the idea there is that it holds up much longer, transitions less and later. 41 feet, if you want to take a look at the graph, bowl.com/Senior Masters. Well, 5 games, come back tomorrow, do it again. We'll have our first burn squad coming up today at noon local time, 3 p.m. on the East Coast, and then 4 p.m., 7 p.m. will be our last squad of the day on the double burn. We'll see how these guys attack the pattern, and especially here on day number 1, see who sticks around to watch and learn what they can. We are behind lanes 19 through 22 here for the duration of the event. We'll take a look at the match play brackets as we get to it and see exactly where the match is spread out, but the championship pairs should be 21 and 22. We'll confirm that, but that's where we were for the Super Senior Classic this past week, where we saw Mike Diaz defeat Mark Williams for the title there, and some nice prize money for those guys coming into the Senior Masters, so perhaps the arm swing's a little bit looser. Let's meet our players now on our featured pairs, 19 and 20. We've got Stephen Davis, John Dudak, Don Blatchford, and Timothy Pierce. And over on 21 and 22, it's Alan Sabin, Ted Stakeoff, Sam Lanto, Hall of Famer, and Rick Childers. So again, we will see bowlers of all ages and skill levels. Some familiar, some not so much. It's all 272, I believe, is the final number of entries, vying for 63 spots in the double elimination match play bracket, where they'll join defending champion Walter Ray Williams Jr. Walter Ray looking for his 3rd Senior Masters title. It's never been done. He also is the only bowler in history to win both the Masters and the Senior Masters twice each. Take a look at the roster for this event. Walter Ray will be on B squad. Starting pair 41 and 42. That is coming up again at noon local time, 3 p.m. Eastern. So don't miss that. Now that we are all set, we'll keep an eye out for first game standings, give you the rundown, and keep you updated throughout the entire event. Again, visit bowl.com/Senior Masters for all of the news and notes, scores, live scoring link, etc. Follow your favorite players. Off to our left here, one pair, Ryan Schaefer, PBA champion. Toby Contreras off to our right. Should be a fun week, folks. Thanks for joining us again. My name is Matt Cannizzaro, and you're watching Game 2 of qualifying here at the USBC Senior Masters. Any questions, drop those in the chat room. I'd be glad to answer those for you as things roll along. All right, game 2 rolling on here at the Senior Masters. Standings on their way as well. Sam Lanto staying pretty far right here on this 41-foot oil pattern. Just saw him there on lane 21. Stephen Davis here on 20 has the same idea.
on 18. 18.
All right, we'll take a quick scroll through our live scoring. See if anybody's stringing strikes. Don Blatchford here on our featured pair. Figure something out. Spare 6-bagger. How about that? We've seen him find some success at the Super Senior Classic, and now going well here in game 2 at this year's Senior Masters. Couple pairs with 3 bowlers, so getting done a little bit quick. Looks like some good conversation going on there in the chat room. We appreciate everybody being here and participating. Game 2 nearing its close here at Samstown Bowling Center 2018 Senior Masters. Don Blatchford still striking here on our featured pair, 19 and 20. Their 7-bagger. All right, here's Blatchford about to finish off this 290 game here live on BowlTV. And when it creeps high, it's going to be 288, but there's a nice surge here early in the standings for Mr. Blatchford. A little bit quieter across the rest of our two featured pairs. Tim Pierce can get to 203. Sam Lanto, same deal, 203 max score. Right, so 19 and 20 wrapping up, headed off to the next pair. Reto finishes with the 179. Childers and Stakeoff will close things out. We'll have game number 3 coming up in just 1 minute. Remember, 3 squads will qualify today, A, B, and C. Fresh, burn, and double burn. Here's the 2018 USBC Senior Masters. B squad coming up next, noon local time, 3 p.m. on the East Coast.
Where's the star sheet?
And 4 p.m. local, 7 p.m. on the East Coast will be our final squad of the day. That will be the schedule for these 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then we'll cut the field down to our top 63, plus our defending champion, Walter Ray Williams Jr. So with that, let's watch our final shots here of Game 2. Game 3 coming up next, folks. My name is Matt Canizar. Thanks for being here on BowlTV. We'll be right back. All right, folks, just like that, Game 3 is underway here at the 2018 USBC Senior Masters. Let's meet our players. Again, we're on lanes 19 through 22 here at Samstown Bowling Center. To our left, we have John Younger, Christer Danielson. I believe we do have a small contingent of Swedish players at this week's event. The legend Johnny Petraglia and Gary Hadley over on 21 and 22. Up on 21 right now. So our 2017 Super Senior Classic champion, Ron Moore, recent winner, the PBA 50 event in Brentwood, California. Joining him on this pair, Robert Shepard, Jeff Jameson, and Greg McDaniel. Again, this is game 3 of 5 of our first qualifying block here. If you want to check out any of the details about the event, roster, lane pairings, etc., you can do that at bowl.com/Senior Masters. All the details for the event can be found there. Oil pattern, results, schedule, you name it. Check it out, bowl.com/Senior Masters. Good shot there by McDaniel, but the 8-pin doesn't cooperate, so he's denied. 3 consecutive strikes here to start game number 3. Looks like our crowd online is growing here, and we do appreciate it. You're watching first round of qualifying here at the USBC Senior Masters. My name is Matt Canizaro, joined here by the best of the best USBC members age 50 and older. Samstown Bowling Center in Las Vegas. It'll be a long week. A lot of games being tossed. Looking forward to it. 15 games of qualifying over 3 days. Cut our field down to the top 63, plus our defending champion Walter Ray Williams Jr. Walter Ray coming off a runner-up finish at the PBA 50 event in Brentwood, California. That's his 3rd runner-up finish of the year. Lost that one to Ron Moore, 2-time PBA 50 Player of the Year. Ron stepping up on lane 22 right now here in our featured pair. He's 2 for 2 on the right lane. Still looking for his first strike on lane 21. Like our early leader here at the Senior Masters, Don Blatchford, is at 512 for 2, so we'll keep an eye on him. See if he can throw another 10-bagger. Get himself to 800 for the first 3 games here. Michael Haugen Jr. just behind him at 500 for 2. Old friend CK Moore checking in the chat room. Welcome back to BowlTV. Appreciate the continued support. I was wondering if we were going to see you stop by and bowl these events, or this event. Appreciate the kind words and, of course, the continued support. Everybody else as well. Thank you for being here. Game number 3 of 5 for our A squad. B squad coming up right behind. That'll be at noon local time. 3 p.m. on the East Coast. So we got a little info coming in. Everybody looking out for us out there in internet land. Lucy Sandelin sent us a little bit of news from back in 2013. And our featured pair of this game, Krister Danielson, picked up the gold medal in singles at the inaugural World Senior Championships. That was right here in Las Vegas as well. Lucy picking up the win that year on the women's side. And Danielson getting it done on the men's side. Danielson beat out Ron Moore. Doubled in the 10th frame, become away with a 214-210 win for that gold medal. So Lucy, thank you first for tuning in and for the great background info. Every player here, no doubt, has a story to tell. Keep that one filed in the back of the brain for the rest of the week as things get going, especially as we get closer to our exciting matches and, of course, to the stepladder finals here at the Senior Masters. It's always nice to have a little background info Again, we're using lanes 7 to 52 here on our opening squad. Looking at our live scoring, down on 33 and 34. Chris Gibbons from the Madison, Wisconsin area has the front 7. We'll keep an eye on that. Possibly get ready to head that way for a highlight video from the Senior Masters. All right, looks like Chris Gibbons still striking down on 33 and 34, so I'm going to take a short walk and let you guys watch the back half of game number 3 here. First round of qualifying, 2018 Senior Masters, Samstown Bowling Center in Las Vegas. My name is Matt Kinnizer. I'll be right back, possibly with some exciting news for you here on BowlTV. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate everybody. All right, folks, I am back and do not have good news for you guys out there. We did not see the first 300 of the 2018 Senior Masters. Chris Gibbons on the front 9 left a 4.9 on his 10th shot. So going to be short of perfection. Gibbons finished with 264 that game. .230, 240, 260. Not a bad start for the youngster from Madison, Wisconsin. Final frame coming up here, game 3 of our first 5-game block. Christopher Danielson, I already mentioned him being a world champion in singles, 2013 World Bowling Senior Championships. Another great shot, Krister. So it can get to the 250s. 258 max score. John Younger close things out on lane 20. Working on a strike to get to 215. Jeff Jamieson over on 21 and 22. Spare strike gives him 204. Tough game here for Robert Shepard. Max score for him 139. All right, so game 3 in the books now. Players on the move. Game 4 going to get underway very quickly here. As Rob Bryce, wasting no time, already stepping up on lane 22. And we'll meet our players here in just a minute when everybody comes our way. Folks, we appreciate you joining us here for coverage of the 2018 USBC Senior Masters. Again, if you have any questions, drop those in the chat, and I'll be glad to find the answers for you. Otherwise, enjoy the continued coverage. Watch your favorite players. Check out the live scoring, etc. Follow the highlights on the official USBC Facebook page, Supporter Bowl and USBC, and of course the daily recap on bowl.com. My name is Matt Canizaro. We'll have game number 4 underway here, and we'll meet our players in just 1 minute. All right, we hear a familiar voice, and it is the voice of PDW, Pete Weber, 2-time Senior Masters champ, joining us here on our featured pair. Over on lanes 19 and 20, we've got Eric Forkel, Paul Mylans, Bill Hewlett, and John Jensen. And over on 21 and 22, Paul Bell, Rob Rice, and Pete Weber. We'll have updated standings. As soon as they become available, we'll give you the rundown and see who's out in front here early at the 2018 event. Question in the chat, are there any ladies entered in this year's event? There's one, Tish Johnson, former Team USA member. PDW, great shot there on 22 for the double. Rob Rice starting with the first three. Creeping up on that 400 number. Looks like it's lunchtime over on the East Coast. And that means our central time zone friends will be headed out here shortly as well. So maybe more folks joining us for their lunch hours today. We do appreciate it. Continued coverage here from Samstown Bowling Center.
Take a selfie and send it to you. Like a week. Yeah.
The oil finally got carried down.
Maybe we throwed it better. No, we know that's not it.
So this pair is actually got friction out there. Point it up. That's not gonna carry.
All right, folks, we do have scores through 3 games here at Samstown Bowling Center. Leading the way is Keith Lesko, Prosper, Texas, plus 148 after 3. 237, 232, 279. Second place, as mentioned earlier, Chris Gibbons had the front 9 before a split in game 3, plus 146. Don Blatchford, we saw him bowl 288 here on our featured pair. His pace slowed a little bit in game 3. He is at plus 114. Michael Haugen Jr. is 4th at plus 98. And a little separation. 5th place, Major Mika Koivuniemi of Finland, resides in Michigan. Rounds out the top 5 at plus 51. At the end of 3 days, 15 games total, we'll cut the field down to the top 63 for the double elimination match play bracket. Of course, that 64th position, or one of the 64 positions, belongs to our defending champ, Walter Ray Williams Jr. Right now, 21st place here on our A squad is plus 8. Kevin Croucher. So we figure you take a third of each squad on paper at least, so plus 8 is the number right now. There's 25 people plus total on this squad out of 90. So 25 out of 90 plus after 3 games. If you want to check out those standings again, visit bowl.com/super senior. All the details of this week's event can be found there. Right now you're watching the second half now of game number 4. So one more to go, and we'll take a short break as B Squad is scheduled to hit the lanes at noon local time. That's 3 p.m. on the East Coast. Jim Costello, hello. Yes, I knew you were going to ask that and answered that question before I read it. Bowl.com/Senior Masters has all the details. There's a results tab, and we'll have results from each round here at the 2018 event. Also past results if you're feeling nostalgic on this Time Travel Tuesday and want to look back and see what happened at last year's event. In our BowlTV finals last year, pretty star-studded step ladder. First match, it was Andy Nyer over Bobbler Jr. Nyer went on to defeat Norm Duke and Pete Weber. We're taking out the Hall of Fame trio there. The left-hander, Nyer, was looking for his first win out here. Shot 256, 256, 247. But then his torrid pace came to a halt in the championship match. He fell to Walter Ray Williams Jr. 248, 199 as Walter Ray collected his second USBC Senior Masters title. Take a quick look through our live scoring here. You also can find a link to that on the results page. Looks like we're all clear on 300 watts. Game number 4. Another good question in the chat room, is it free to watch the finals? Yes. Just come on out, Samstown Bowling Center. Come early, grab a seat in the bleachers. We were pretty full for the finals of the Super Senior Classic. Got to be standing room only, so we start at 10 a.m. local time on June 10th, 5 days from now. If you can't make it, remember to tune in here live on BowlTV. See what kind of celebrity guests we can get in our booth. We had Bruce Hall, Super Senior competitor, on for the group stepladder and stepladder finals of that event. Feedback was that went very well. So great insight from Bruce, who competed in the event, nearly made the group stepladder. It's always nice to have someone to talk to as well. Right now we're going to talk you through final frames of game number 4. One more coming up, then we'll take a break and get ready for B Squad. 15 total games today here on BowlTV. We'll have a recap for you this evening on bowl.com, then we'll do it all again tomorrow here in Las Vegas. Did hit that 400 number, so thank you all for joining us. Remember to tell your friends. If you missed most of this block, don't go anywhere. Got coverage all day long. Next squad, 3 p.m. Eastern. Final squad of the day, 7 p.m. Eastern. Game, we are joined by two-time champ Pete Weber. Always a threat here at the Senior Masters. Hall of Famer Parker Bone stopping in. He'll be bowling later today. Come to check out the action here. He has not struggled during qualifying at this event the last couple of years. Ran into a couple of buzzsaws in match play, however, and that's the nature of this event. Really 2 tournaments in one. Qualify and get there, get to the top 64. Then it's just you and your opponent on one pair of lanes. More often than not, freshly oiled, so opportunity to carve them up. But again, it's just the 2 of you, so you're both bowling on the same pair, regardless of what the condition is, and regardless of what the scoring pace is across the bowling center. So some bowlers thrive on the format. in the head-to-head matches. Others prefer the longer formats, like we saw at the Super Senior Classic, like they'll see at the Senior US Open next week. Nice spare pickup there for Jensen over on 19, the super washout. Again, after 3 games, Keith Lesko leading the way at plus 148. Chris Gibbons at 146. John Blashford at plus 114. Michael Haugen Jr. is at plus 98. And Mika Koivuniemi rounds out the top 5 at plus 51. Still a very long way to go. 21st place on A squad after 3 games was plus 8. We'll take the top 63 plus Walter Ray Williams Jr. into match play based on 15-game pinfall totals. Then, of course, all pins drop. And it is head-to-head 3-game matches, total pins, determining the winners of each match, all the way down to the step ladder finals, where we'll have 1-game matches. And because we're on BowlTV instead of actual TV, the number 1 seed would have to lose 2 times. All right, so final frames coming up now. Game number 4. Left-hander Eric Forkel step up on lane 20. Pair opens this game, but otherwise nothing but strikes. Still got 244 out there. Bill Hewlett can get to 248. He is clean through 9, working on a strike. Rob Rice doubles in the 10th. He'll be in the 220s, 226 max score. Paul Bell doubles in the 10th. He can get to 182. Forkel delivers 1 more. After this, of course, we'll have our final game of the block, game number 5. We'll try to catch up with our early leader here at the Senior Masters, get some thoughts, keys to success, etc. Rice finishes with 225, 181 for Bell. And now PDW trying to close it out. He can get to 256. Weber plus 17 after 3. Slow start, 194, 178, but 247 in game number 3. He's coming on strong here late in the block. Hewlett will get to the 240s. Going strong to start, plus 40 after 3. 200 games so far, so a 4 for 4. It's tied for 7th place with Harry Sullins. Weber leaves 10 pin there, first shot in the 10th. Rob Rice was 12th at plus 32. So adds another 25 onto that. Forco can't get the 7 to go late on the fill, 243. Needed that as he was minus 28 after 3 games. Pair of 170 games. So I'll put him back in the plus with 1 game to go. Weber finishes with 234. Pack it up, move on for game number 5. Coming up in just a minute. Final shots here on 19 and 20. Mylans and Jensen. Mylans can get to 258, so quietly blowing a great game here. All right, final shots here. Mylans will be in the 240s. Jensen, a little bit of a struggle here. 153 max score. We'll be right back with our final game coming up here in just 1 moment, folks. Thanks for joining us. My name is Matt Cannizzaro, and you're watching live coverage of the 2018 Senior Masters here at Samstown in Las Vegas. We'll be right back, game number 5. All right, folks, here we are, game number 5, the finale. We'll have game 4 standings coming right up here. Staff entering those numbers furiously on bowl.com. And we'll meet our players here on 19 through 22. Now 19 and 20, we've got Dean Hebner, Gary Weist, Harry Sullins, and Darren Peters. Harry we saw make a run, almost made the stepladder finals of the Super Senior Classic. Came up just short. Looking for some redemption here at the Senior Masters over on 19 and 20. I'm sorry, 21 and 22. We have our 3-game leader, Keith Lesko. We'll see if he was able to hang on and be the leader after 4. He starts with the first 3. He's joined on this pair by Rodney Garrick, Charles Fick III, and Klaas Thunberg. So again, a couple familiar names and some we don't know quite yet, but possibly we will by the end of the week. So we'll take a peek for the standings here in just a minute. Start getting the camera charged up and ready to photograph our round 1 leader. Folks, enjoy game number 5. First round of qualifying at the 2018 Senior Masters. Matt Canizaro, Samstown Bowling Center, Las Vegas. That's all you need to know, and we'll be here all day long. Another great question in the chat room. Do the players bowl with the same people when they move? And the answer is no. Left lane goes one way, right lane goes the other. So we'll get a chance. They stay with the people on their lanes, but the other lane goes the other way. So they'll cross with different people throughout the entire day. Great opportunity to meet new people. All right, we'll take a look at the Game 4 standings. On top, Chris Gibbons, despite 192 in Game 4, he leads at plus 138. Keith Lesko followed up 279 with 179, but now he's got the front five here. He is second at plus 127. Major Mika, 261 in Game 4. He is up to third place at plus 112. Michael Haugen Jr. holding steady in fourth at plus 111. And Don Blatchford is fifth at plus 108. Right now 24 people plus, one person even, and that's out of 90 on this opening squad. First place right now, there's a tie at plus 11. So plus 11, kind of the number to look at right now after 4 games. So we'll take some notes here, make sure we can track down our leaders. Lesko keeps striking. He could be that guy. Let's go 6 for 6 now on 21 and 22. Great shot there by Sullins on 20. Open 4-bagger for him. Now Darren Peters looking to stay perfect. He is 4 for 4. Peters' string comes to an end at 4, leaves a 10-pin on lane 20. Here's Lesko now on 21. Gonna step off. Start the pre-shot routine over again. A lot of players stringing strikes here late in our opening block. They started on the fresh 41-foot oil pattern. Only going to oil once a day. Still, B squad will be here on the burn. C squad on the double burn. So we'll see how tricky things get. Generally, bigger scores come later in the day. But we'll see. And chances are, folks in here watching the fresh today, seeing what works, what doesn't. And we'll have a different plan of attack for the group that hits the fresh first thing tomorrow. So always an opportunity to learn something, watching others. Watching Darren Peters there, he's 5 out of 6. Now got eyes on all of our leaders here. With one game to go. Keith Lesko right now is the man to beat. He's got the front 7. Chris Gibbons leading after 4 at plus 138. Lesko at plus 127. All right, here's Lesko on 22, looking to stay perfect, 8 for 8. And he does not, leaves a 6-10. Appreciate everybody stopping in. We will take a short break after this game. Then we'll be back at noon, 3 p.m. Eastern for our B squad on the burn. So these guys are getting close to wrapping up, so it should be about 45 minutes to an hour break. Then we'll be back here live will shut this event down and open up a new window for each block this week. Take another roll through the live scoring. Make sure we're not missing any excitement. And keep tabs on our leaders at the same time. Nice little mess to clean up there for Darren Peters. We're starting with 4 strikes. Split pickup there on lane 20. Let's go adds 1 more. He can get to 278. Just got the tip that down on 37 and 38. Michael Haugen Jr. has the front 8. So we'll get ready to head that way. So to our right, Dave Washburn with the front 6. We'll stop on 25 and 26 on our way through. Folks, I'm going to take a walk. I'll be right back. Enjoy the last couple frames here of game number 5. And if I don't make it back, look forward to seeing you all for our next squad coming up at 3 p.m. Eastern. Noon here in Las Vegas if you want to come out and watch. Be right back. That was a very short walk. Got about halfway, and somebody let me know that he missed. Michael Haugen, 7 count in the 9th frame after the front 8. Here's Let's Go. Final frame. Looks like he's going to be the guy to beat after A squad. Goes high. Almost leaves the big 4. Instead, just the 7. Still do the calculations and get a update for you on the official USBC Facebook page, Sport of Bowling USBC, as soon as the scores become official after A squad. Spare for Let's Go. He'll be in the 250s. All right, Let's Go finishes with 258. Puts him at plus 185. Clubhouse leader, but Michael Haugen still can get past that number for sure. He's down on 37 and 38. Going into the 10th, he can shoot 277, so he'll need all 3 to catch Let's Go. Rodney Garrick close things out on 21 and 2. Great shot at the 10. Uncooperative. We still can get to the 230s. Charles Fick III, 188. Klaas Thunberg, 147. Final frame now underway on 19 and 20. Gene Hebner with the washout. Still gets to 184. Harry Sullins has 227 available on 19. So Haugen now up in the 10th frame, down on 37 and 8. Need to double to pass Let's Go. Got the first one on our live scoring. Chris Gibbons will need to be in the 250s, around 49 and 50. And the best Gibby can do is 228. That would leave him 20 short at least. Haugen did double. So count on his fill ball. Get him into the #1 spot unofficially. All right, final shots coming up here. Darren Peters will close things out. Still get to 259. Again, unofficially, Michael Haugen able to get to the number. Grab him for a quick photo and a couple thoughts. As soon as Mr. Peters finished his 10th frame here, 2 shots to go. Again, B squad coming up at noon local time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Darren adds one more. Remember to check back. YouTube.com/BowlTV. If you're not a subscriber, please do so. That way you'll be notified when there's something cool coming up. Also remember to like the official USBC Facebook page, Sport of Bowling USBC, and find us on Twitter at USBC. As we get ready to sign out here, just want to thank all the folks here at Samstown for the great hospitality this week. Tom and his staff do a terrific job. Of course, to all of our USBC Gold partners, Brunswick Hammer, Columbia 300, Roto Grip, Ebonite Storm, and of course Kegel, the official lane maintenance provider here for all USBC Championship events, folks. That is going to do it. Darren Peters has closed things out, and we'll be back in just under an hour with our next round of qualifying on the burn. B squad coming up, folks. That is the news for now. My name is Matt Cannizzaro, and we'll see you on the lanes.